Well, happy Friday, everybody, and welcome to my October Gentleman Crafter Design Team blog hop video. Boy, that was a mouthful. I'm Kevin Esty. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located on the east coast of Canada in Nova Scotia, and my business is Stamping Just for Fun. I'm going to be showing you a card using the Life is Beautiful stamp set. This is a wonderful stamp set available in our annual catalog that has this beautiful tree image, and then it has snowflakes, it has leaves, it has little blossoms, it has a variety of different stamps in there to help you decorate the tree, and there's this cute little birdhouse with it, and there are a couple of lovely sentiments. Hello, thinking of you, and life is beautiful. Right now, Slimline cards are all the rage, and my last Gentleman Crafters I did a couple of Slimline cards, and I did them with the stitched leaves from the Love of Leaves. I'm going to do something a little bit different. We're going to try a Slimline card, and we're going to do a Four Seasons card. So I have a card base here of Mary Merlot. This is your regular 8.5 by 11 sheet, and I have simply trimmed it to 7 inches, and then I have scored it at 3.5 inches down, and that will give us an 8.5 by 3.5 inch card base. And I do want to point out that they do fit in a standard number 10 business envelope. Now really they're intended for a number 9 business envelope, which is a little smaller. They used to mail government checks out in them, but it's very hard to find number 9 envelopes. I was able to find some on Staples and Amazon, but you have to buy a couple of hundred at a time. One only had a box of 500, so I don't think I'm going to make 500 Slimline cards. So they fit okay in number 10 standard business envelope with a little extra room. So there's my card base. I have also cut a piece of Whisper White that measures 8.25, so I just took my 8.5 piece by 3.25, so I cut a 3.25 inch strip off, and then I took 1/4 of an inch off the end of the 8.5 to make it 8.25. So 8.25 by 3.25. That's going to go inside as a mat, but we're going to do some stamping on this yet, so I'll just set that aside. And then I took another strip that was 3.25 by 8.5 in this case, and then I cut it down into 4 2-inch pieces, and there was a little bit left on the end that I'm going to use as a sentiment tag. So these are the 4 pieces that are going to go on the front that we're going to do the 4 different seasons in. So I want to keep those. I'll set my card base aside, and I'm going to bring in my stamping mat, because this is a photopolymer stamp set, and it stamps best if you use the mat to go underneath. And I'm going to do these in sets of 2, okay, because the tree image is fairly large, and I thought about just doing part of the tree on each of the 4 panels, but I think I like the idea of getting the whole entire tree left and right in between 2 panels. What I want to be careful of, though, is down towards the bottom where I do the trunk. I want that just to one side of my 2 pieces. So now I've got everything all stuck together here. Okay. Excuse me, I have a bit of a frog in my throat today. I'm going to be doing my stamping of the tree image with soft suede. This is a distinctive stamp set, so there's a lot of detail to it. You do not want to over ink it, but you do want to make sure that you get ink on all the branches. And I'm just going to press that down. My trunk is sort of off to one side. I want to get lots of branches in there. So I'm just going to go like that. Oops. There we go. So that will work perfect, and I'm just going to be separating that out just a tiny little hair when I put it on the front of the card, so it still looks like a full tree. And I'm going to repeat that on my other two pieces of Whisper White. Just very carefully inking up the tree, because I want some of that rough detail in there. Not pressing too hard for too long. Don't want it to go all blotchy. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. I can see some of the striations and lines in the trunk. So it looks like a real tree. Okay, I'm going to work on these one at a time, from left to right going across my card, and I'm going to do winter, spring, summer, fall. You do them in whatever order you like to do them in, but that's how I'm going to do them. And I have quite a color palette of colors I'm going to use here. If you're reproducing this, you most certainly don't have to have this many colors of ink to work with. But my thought was that for each of the seasons I would use two different colors. So for my winter snowflakes, I'm going to use Seaside Spray and Misty Moonlight. If you only have one blue color, then you stamp and you stamp again, and that'll give you two different shades of the same color. So Misty Moonlight would be fine, and I'll show you that when we get to stamping, that you can get more shades out of one color. For my spring, I'm going to use Granny Apple Green and Just Jade for nice green leaves. For summer, I'm going to do the tree as if it was in blossoms and blooms, and I'm going to use Magenta, Madness, and Real Red. For fall, I'm going to use Bumblebee and Cajun Craze, so I have sort of brown, copper, orange, gold colors going on in there. So my first season is going to be winter. So I'm going to get my Seaside Spray and my Misty Moonlight. I want my Stamp and Stammy Stamp Chamois handy, so that I can clean in between. But let me just show you. If I do Misty Moonlight and I stamp a couple of times, I'm going to get 3-4 different shades. And that would be perfectly fine if that's all you had was one color, blue or whatever, to do your colors. And I'll bet you that the Seaside Spray is going to be close to, yeah, it's close to one of the fourth stamping off, so it'll be fine. Anyway, we need some snow. So I'm going to put some snowflakes up in the tree, and I'm actually going to see if I can get 3 or 4 different shades going here. Yeah, I like that. There we go. That's it. That was simple. Like, this is looks like a daunting stamp set to work with, but it's not. It's very forgiving, very easy to work with, no fuss. Okay, so that's winter. Then I want the other half of that set, and we're going to do spring. And we're going to do spring leaves. So I got my Granny Apple and my Just Jade, and one of the stamps in the set has leaves. They don't really match a particular layout to match the tree, so I'll probably do one in one direction and one in the other direction, but I want to get them like up in the area where the branches are. I just turned it 180, and I'm just going to go like that. There. I have beautiful green summer leaves. Okay. Half a tree winter, half a tree spring, I guess. Spring. Summer is what I'm going to do now with Magenta Madness and Real Red. And there's another stamp in the set that's all little sort of circles. And I think I'm going to test this over here. I may... No, I think I'm going to stamp off, and I'm going to let my magenta be my bright accent color. So this one, I'm just going to do like that. There. Okay, so those are kind of like, I don't know, cherry blossoms or something. And then, instead of using that same one, I'm going to bring back in the snowflakes with the magenta. Yeah. They look like little exploded dandelions. And I'm just rotating my stamp as I go a little bit. There we go. I really like that. Bright summer blossoms. Okay. And then the other half of that one is going to be my fall. So back come the leaves. And I'm going to go with Bumblebee and Cajun Craze. I used my Cajun Craze stamp pad so much I had to go get another one. So I have brand new. Okay, so same sort of thing. I want to find a direction that suits the angle of the leaves. There we go. Those ones look nice and copper colored. And our inks always dry lighter. When they're still wet, they look quite saturated. And so I'm not worried that that's, too dark. It is going to lighten up over time. Okay, now I might have to do this one in two lots because I want to get all the spaces in between. Yep, and then I need a few. Where's the best spot to? I want that. Okay, so there's going to be a couple falling down out of the tree. That's fine. There, I got a couple. It's fall. Leaves fall out of the tree in fall. There we are. Okay. And last but not least, I want to do my sentiment tag. And that is going to be on that little strip that I had left over when I cut my 4 rectangles. And I'm going to do that in Mary Merlot because Mary Merlot was my card base color. And I'm going to do the Life is Beautiful. I'm just going to put that in the middle. I think I'm going to try to fussy cut this. I may regret thinking that, but that's my thought. That'll be the most complicated part of this whole card project, is I think I'm going to fussy cut that sentiment date. Alright, let's do some assembly. I want this card base to be a little more closed. Easier to work with that way. So we'll just crease it a little more. Good, okay. Now, positioning all of our image panels on. I want to start with the 2 outside ones first, because that way I can get them square and get my 1/8 inch margin around the outside. So I'm not worried about the 2 middle ones at the moment. I'm going to do those. And I'm just going to adhere those with liquid glue. I thought about bumping them up on dimensionals, but I think for the fuss that I'm going to have to try to get these things to all line up, I like that I have a little bit of time with the liquid glue to wiggle things around and move them and push them into place. And I'm afraid if I tried to do it with dimensionals, I'd lay it down, and before I knew it, it would be stuck, and wherever it landed, that's where it was going to live forever. So liquid glue it is. go. Fall over here on this end. And just slide it into place. There we go. And then I'm actually going to put glue on the backs of both of these right away at the same time, because I'm going to have to apply both of them and move both of them around to get them in. So I'm going to do this quick, and I'm not going to push this one down until I get the other one on. So I'm just going to let it fall there. I'm going to get this one in, and then I can see how much space I've got between my bottoms here, and then I'm going to line my top edges up. There we go. This one needs to go up a little, up, up, up. Could fuss with it forever. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so there. Okay, I'm happy with that. And then I'm just going to take my bone folder and kind of do like I'm ironing. I did this on some cards the other night and everybody had a good laugh. I do know how to use an iron. I know we have one in this house somewhere, but I also have a permanent press dryer cycle, so the iron doesn't get used very often. There. Okay. Now, my idea for my sentiment was that I'm going to fussy cut this, and I'm going to lay it on some Mary Merlot, and I'm going to fussy cut that, and I'm hoping that it's going to go right in here. Don't know how well that's going to work, but let's see. So I'm just, the good thing is I can just go across the top of the beautiful part, and it's really only the life that I'm going to try to fussy cut. So it's all in how you hold your tongue or something. I'm no good on the curves. I am just, well, I did better than I thought I would. Okay, let me see. How do I want to do the eye? I'm just going to come around the eye, down into the L, and right back up again. Oh my goodness. And around the corner here. Okay, get rid of that. Maybe that'll make it a little easier. Isn't this exciting? You come to watch this real quick video and see a real neat card, and you get to watch me fussy cut. Could be worse. Could be worse. I know I can't compete with all the crazy cat videos online, and you can feel free to fast forward through this part to the end. But I'll put a challenge out there. I'd like to see everybody else fussy cut this sentiment too. Okay, here we go. I don't know, I'm getting better at it maybe. We're coming round the end. And then I'm going to have to do it again. Okay. There we go. And then, I don't know, I guess where I rounded everything else, I should probably round off this end over here. Oh, wow, did I ever took a corner with that. Okay. There. Okay, life is beautiful. And let's see how that looks when it's, yeah, okay, that's not going to be too bad. Let me just get to do it again. I'm just going to put some liquid glue on this. Stick it down on here. Go the opposite direction like this. I know I'm going to need some there. There. Okay. See if we can repeat this now. I don't want a great big lot of the Merry Merlot sticking out, so I guess the good thing is my white is giving me a line to follow, so I don't have to think too hard about where to go. It's just staying roughly the same distance around it. This could be the tricky part. I have to cheat and go back in this way. I know I'm going to cut the top off my nail. There we go. Okay. Around the corner. Like that. This is where one of those scan cut machines would be handy. Just stick this down, let it map it all out, take a picture of it, figure out where the edges are, and then just like that, you'd have it all cut out. Or a die cut sentiment. We do have a couple of die cut word dies in our catalog. Well Said, I think, is one of them. I may have to look at those again. I've looked at them a couple of times and thought, nah, I can fussy cut things if I have to, but this is, yeah, this is a task. Okay. See if I can match this crazy curve I put on the end down here. Maybe. Okay, well, that's good enough for that. And then I'm going to put some little mini dimensionals on the back of that. Like this. There. Yeah, I'm going to have some little half mini dimensionals. Mini dimensionals. There. One in there. Okay. This is going to go right here like this. Life is beautiful. There we are. And then the only other thing I might add to that would be a little bit of bling. And so I've got these beautiful champagne rhinestones. They're not quite gold, they're not quite pink. And they just add a little bit of sparkle to the front of the card, just like that. There, okay. And then our inside panel, I thought I would do. I am really liking the way that the summer blossoms with the little snowflakes came out, so I think I'm going to kind of repeat that. Where's the little scrap paper go here? Off on the one end. So bring back my real red. believe I stamped it off once. And I'm just going to do those down here in the corner like that. And then I'm going to take some of the magenta. I'm going to use the little snowflakes. I think that's so cool. There we go. That's it. That's it, that's it, that's it. And just going to put some liquid glue on the back of this piece. And that's going to go inside. Just like that. And then I have loads of room in here to write a message. You know what else would be cute? Yeah, let's do it. The little birdhouse. The little birdhouse is just so stinking cute. Let's put him... Need my block here. Let's hang the little birdhouse just off the top here. Yep. Okay, and I'm going to do that in... it's here somewhere. There it is. My soft suede. Ha! There we go. Just finishes it off. Voila! So there we are. Life is Beautiful. It's a really fantastic stamp set. I really like it. Try to get it there so you're not getting a glare. And my finished 4 seasons card. And we've got all 4 season, winter, spring, summer, fall. Life is Beautiful. A great card for, could be for anything. Could be for birthday, could be for anniversary, could be, you could put Happy Thanksgiving inside of it. It's a great design for any time at all. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you all next month for the next Gentleman Crafters. Bye-bye.